Hello everyone. Thank you for clicking day 3, part 3 of our Vancouver trip. We start our day around 11 a.m. Our Airbnb is about 17 minutes away on Vancouver traffic from Capilano Bridge, which is one of our 2 stops for day 3. The Capilano Suspension Bridge Park in North Vancouver is one of British Columbia's most iconic attractions, featuring a 137-meter or 450 feet bridge swaying 17 meters or 230 feet above the Capilano River. As you begin, it provides a brief background of the history of the bridge as well as its ownership history. The Capilano Suspension Bridge has evolved from a primitive hemp rope crossing built by a Scottish engineer in 1889 into a world-class attraction owned and managed by the same family since 1983. Some of the key attractions of Capilano Bridge is a treetops adventure and the cliffwalk. For someone who has fear of heights like me, this part of our trip is the most nerve-wracking for me. And you can clearly see it from our video as we start our trek across the suspension bridge. And that was the bridge. We're already at the other end. Couldn't even take or muster the courage to shoot videos. Right at the end of the bridge, there's a snack store, and everyone wanted to try the Capilano Original, which is the otter balls. And this squirrel you see, energized by the pack of sugar he took from the condiments table, snatched 2 of our otter balls as we were eating in our table. Just jumped out of nowhere. This would be one of the key attractions I mentioned earlier, the Treetops Adventure. Treetops Adventure is a series of 7 suspension bridges attached to 250-year-old Douglas firs, reaching heights of 33 meters or 110 feet. Upon reaching the top of the starter tree, it reminded me of the Tarzan attraction in Hong Kong Disneyland, with the cabin suspended on the tree. The Treetop Adventure and the rest of the other attractions in Capilano Suspension Bridge Park are all well maintained, clean, and constructed with safety in mind, while tourists enjoy breathtaking views from above the trees and the mountainside. Throughout our adventure in Capilano Suspension Bridge Park, we never felt unsafe because of structure or construction integrity. Instead, It's an odyssey in nature, and at the same time, enhanced with modern appeals as there are lights and designs in your surroundings. Similar to my commentary about Granville Island from our Day 1 Part 1 and Olympic Village in Day 2 Part 2, the lights and visual enhancements make you wonder how beautiful all these would be when the sun sets. Right now, we are experiencing Capilano Suspension Bridge Park in its raw, natural beauty. At almost every turn, there are abundance of informative and educational delight to sink your brain cells into. My son was doing his best to keep up with us, as his innate curiosity tends to have him reading and soaking all the knowledge around him. The view of the suspension bridge when not traversing it seems so simple and easy. Yet when my feet is already taking its path, a million things go to my mind. Are my kids safe next to me? Is my wife too far or dropped her phone accidentally while taking a selfie? The guy in front seems to be walking a little too fast. Or my hands seem sweaty because of my anxiety, and I don't want my camera phone to slip and fall into the gorge. For now, I'll just enjoy the view of nature that surrounds me. I'll worry about the trek back later. The Capilano River below is as clean and pure as untouched natural wonders. It's a healthy ecosystem consisting of chirping birds and squirrels, sunlight, and the freshest air you can breathe. It's amazing how it is a tourist destination, while at the same time preserving as best as it can to leave its surrounding in its natural habitat. So, let's enjoy and experience the suspension bridge better one last time, on our way back to the other side. Changed our approach as I'm taking the lead in shooting memories this time, while my wife ensures our kids' safety and progress in the rear. That worked out much better as the shots I took were much improved, and I was able to ground myself in the moment while in the middle of the suspension bridge. Next up, the other key attraction, the cliffwalk. But before the cliffwalk, we passed by the primary dining destination within the park, which is the Cliff House restaurant and bar. It's just a bit too pricey for our range. Beneath us is the cliffwalk, so let's go. The cliffwalk is a heart-pounding, cantilevered walkway that clings to the granite cliffs high above the Capilano River. It opened in 2011 and it is often considered the most thrilling part of the park. The path is a narrow 213 meters or 700 feet journey along the cliff face. Suspended 90 meters or 300 feet above the canyon floor, the most famous section is a semicircular cantilevered bridge that hangs out over the gorge with no vertical supports beneath it. Just look at the view below, in front, and on your sides. Because of the way the structure is secured, it wasn't too fear-inducing, even for someone with fear of heights like me. I guess we'll see how this newfound courage I've mustered would fare when we get to another wobbly experience or glass floor spaces like the CN Tower in downtown Toronto. The weather cooperated with us that day, as no sun is fine with us, and we were fortunate to not have a rainy afternoon with this experience. If my son enjoyed the fun facts littered in every corner, my daughter was just zen as she was peaceful and calm while in the presence of nature. My wife, on the other hand, is so torn about the dining experience overlooking the gorge in Cliff House restaurant versus the affordability and authenticity of a highly rated Vietnamese restaurant in the city. Which is why you can see her reading reviews and comparing prices from both menus. Again with the wallpaper views and background sceneries. This part of the park seems like a romantic spot after sunset with all the lights and ambience. Would definitely love to bring my wife back here and share the experience with her. As we head for the exit, we make one last stop at the souvenir shop called the Trading Post. All very nice merch, but a bit too pricey as they are tourist price anyway. Now we head for a late lunch in the West End area called Pho Goodness, the Vietnamese restaurant I mentioned earlier. The price range of Pho Goodness undersells the flavor and authenticity they serve. This is where I ate the best pho so far. My wife enjoyed her lemongrass chicken and pork chops too, and the kids their Vietnamese chicken wings. We now head to our final stop of day 3, which is Canada Place. Canada Place is an iconic national landmark on Vancouver's waterfront, instantly recognizable by its 5 white fiberglass sails. It serves as a multi-use hub, housing the city's cruise ship terminal, a major convention center, and several top tourist attractions. Since it took us almost the entire afternoon in Capilano Suspension Bridge Park and our lunch, coupled by the pricey parking fees, we just pulled over quickly to glance at Canada Place. Met for the first time our Vancouver friends as well, who gave us these yummy local favorite donuts.